Flying without shaking and
All right.
without buckling.
Just got it.
Um,
Your monk's friend, amen.
Our book that we we have a book club that I'm involved in, and it's a bunch of women from other churches, other denominations, and I like to see like churches start your own book clubs if you don't already have one. It's a wonderful opportunity for women to come together. And one of the books that we're starting is called Half the Sky, and it's turning oppression into opportunity. This book was, I had told Reverend C about this book 2 years ago, and she had started recommending this book. And if you haven't read this book, it's life-changing. Half the Sky, and it's yeah.
It's on the agenda.
Oh, I said, okay. It's what?
On the agenda.
Nicholas.
There's a lot of statistics in the book itself, but there's a lot of testimonies and a lot of people that you're going to meet in the book, and it truly is. It will truly, the hardest heart, it will truly soften the heart. So I recommend that you read that book, and if you don't start a book club, you can do it privately. You can read the book privately. You can bless somebody with the book. So my presentation today was, it's on violence, eradicating violence against women and girls. Doesn't it have tissue?
Of course.
I need it.
You know the Kleenex, girl.
No, I have tissue in my bag.
All right.
This is a topic that's really dear to me. Does anybody know what the face of rape looks like? If you think about rape or violence against women and girls, what do you think of? Do you know somebody that's gone through it? Who's been a victim? Most of us have. You're staring at the face of rape. I grew up in a house that was, my father was abusive, physically, who threw my mother down the stairs, held a gun to her head. And then when he couldn't, when that started dying down, he sent her off to work. He was allowing her to work, so he can be alone with the girls. Thank you. A person who rapes or does any violence against women or girls, it's control. It's a control issue. There's a whole bunch of things going on there. And what they like to do is they like to make you feel that you're less than who you are. They want to silence you, oppress you, and do all those things to make you feel that you're not worthy. And as I was growing up, some of those things stuck with me. Low self-esteem, a negative view on relationships that I thought was the normal. Are we living in a rape culture that is the norm? Yes, we are. The rape in our culture is so significant that we are so desensitized from it. And you see it all around you. You see it in your music, movies. Pornography is even becoming the norm. And people, they think as long as it's not happening in my house, I'll turn a blind eye to it and look the other way. This is the face. I am a victim. I was a victim.
That's right.
I was. And at the time, I was helpless. Right? You think of all the women that are in the world. And you can think about the girl that was in India that was just gang raped. Now, how many of us went, oh my goodness, it could be your next door neighbor. You think because it's in India that it's even more worse than it is in here? It's just because it was mediated that way. But it's happening everywhere. Everywhere. And it's not getting better. And you know why it's not getting better? It's because our country is allowing it and saying it's okay. Now they're saying that when a rapist rapes, that it's in his natural state. They're saying that. Am I right, Pastor? We were just talking about that. They're saying that. That it's human nature for a man to do this. The studies now are saying that. It is normal. It is not normal. It is not normal. I want to tell you a couple stories. We're going to go from Liberia just to over here. This is in Liberia in West Africa. An aid group called North Sea rescues a 10-year-old orphan who has been trading oral sex for clean water. In Steubenville, Ohio, high school football players are accused of repeatedly raping an unconscious 16-year-old girl who has been loved from party to party. Jill Layton, age 14. I want to give you a profile on her. There's a lot more to her. I'm just going to give you a quick profile. She's a runaway teen. She's escaping sexual and physical abuse in her home. She enters in a world where no longer name, childhood identity, school, or grades matter. Instead, she's concerned about finding food, shelter, and water, and just passing time. She resorts to sleeping in cemeteries and stealing food out of the dumpsters and from stores, just in order to eat. Having drinking water and a chance to wash her face become tests of endurance. Jill meets Bruce. He comes off sweet. He listens to her. The key word, he listened to her. And as she tells him about her physical, emotional, and sexual abuse, unlike the high school counselor who silenced her story because it could cause a scandal, or the parish priest who her counselor referred her to, tell it to the Almighty. Bruce listens to her. Long story short, Jill spent the next 3.5 years eating dog food on her hands and knees, gang raped repeatedly, violated and tortured in ways I cannot even begin to imagine. Bruce tries to perform an abortion on her by tying her hands to the ceiling and putting a broken beer bottle inside her, trying to kill the fetus. She eventually is free because Bruce is convicted of drugs. They come to the house. The police have never, they didn't even offer Jill any help when they came. They find her in a closet, gagged, she's gagged, beaten. You offer her no help. They don't even question her. Jill has been retained for 3.5 years to be submissive to Bruce as his sexual slave. She hasn't seen light in 3.5 years.